Hello and welcome back. This is DragonLoon and we are back in Songs of Syx. Now, I have discovered, or more specifically was told about some things that I think we're going to implement this time. But to go over what we had accomplished last time, we had gotten in some basic farming over here. To include some glabdine pastures. We got in our metal smelter over here to start working on getting some metal. We got in our weavers and our carpenters to get our fabric and furniture up and going. We got a nice big warehouse area to start off with. And we started working on our kitchen, our tavern, and we will be eventually making our one of many barracks over here. This time, today, what I think we're going to do is we are going to continue working on expanding, such as expanding at our farming, most likely off in this direction, as well as getting in things such as our lavatories, our bathhouses, and a library, because if you go up here, you can see we can increase our farming productivity as well as our crafting productivity. And the way we do that is with a library. However, what we need to do right now is expand out our grain farm, and we are going to do that just as usual. So we'll start expanding that out like so. All right, so the other thing that I was told was that the number of workers in the farms truly do not affect the productivity. So what I want to do at some point in time is I want to test that theory out. And the best way we can do that is by setting up two identical sized farms in the same fertility area and assigning different number of workers to it. So, what we want to do that testing is turn on planning mode for now, and we are going to grab our wheat fields. And let's see here. We will put these fields over here. So we are going to do a 16 by 16 setup for each. So there's one, there's the second one. All right, so what we then want to do is we want to go ahead and turn those on so that they start getting built, so that when it becomes harvest time, we can get them built. And what we're gonna do is we're going to keep the default number of employees in this top one, and this bottom one we're gonna double. And then we'll see what the output is for each. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get back to working on our barracks over here. All right, okay, so the fertility between the two is not quite the same, but I feel that it's close enough to give a good representation. So each farm is asking for 4 employees. So again, we're going to leave this top one at the 4 employees, but this bottom one, we're gonna raise up to 8 employees. And then we will take a look at how much is being harvested from each one next fall. Until then, let's go ahead and get our barracks set up here real fast. All right, so, what I used to do is try and fill every space possible with as many beds as possible, but I was told a couple live streams ago that the coziness affects your reputation as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab these knickknacks and we're going to put them in to try and increase the coziness. Because, I mean, who doesn't like knickknacks? All right, so there's some knickknacks, and then we're also gonna add in these carpets. All right, I think that's good. So we'll go ahead and have them build that. And then we'll turn everything on. All right, so here is the big test. We just got our harvest, and looking here, the farm that we put 8, so doubling what the recommended number of workers is, they produced 212 wheat or grain. And, drum roll please, this one produced 230 with 4 workers. So, the number of workers does not matter. The only thing that the number of workers does is increases the speed at which the harvest is obtained. The only determining factor on how much is actually produced is the fertility, and we can see that with the 81% fertility and 230 units of grain versus the 79% fertility and 212 units of grain. So if you were wondering whether the number of workers actually affects, which I had a comment on one of my other videos in regards to this, no, the number of workers does not actually affect how much food is produced. It's only the speed at which that food is gathered that is affected by the number of workers. So there you go, in case you're wondering. Now, back to what we were doing. We need more cotton. We need a cotton harvest because we need more cloth for our dormitory. And while we're at it, what we're going to do is we're actually going to delete that field and extend this field out and make it 16 by 36. All right, so there we go. Our beds, or our barracks, is completely made. And now we have plenty of beds for our population. And if we look here, we can see that our sleep quality is slowly going up, which is excellent. All right, so now we need to wait till fall to be able to finish our mushroom farm. However, what we can work on now, which I want to do, is a new Globdine pasture, because our Dundorians, or our citizens, prefer, and if we go in here to the wiki and go to Dundorians, favorite foods are meat, fish, mushrooms, and grain. So we want to concentrate on mushrooms, grain, and meat, because we really don't have an easily accessible, I mean, we've got a lake over here, but that's quite a bit of ways away from our village, so we can't really rely heavily on that. So we are going to make a new meat farm. That is not what I was looking for. That one is what I was looking for. Oopsies, hit the wrong button. All right, so we are going to have it 94 tiles tall and, oh, we hit the max size, so 43 by 94. Seems like a decent size. And then we will put the entrance right there. All right, so the next thing that we're going to start working on, looking at our food stores, we might be running a little low. Oh, and it's full, so we can harvest these mushrooms over here. And that should allow us to finish up the mushroom farm there. All right, again, as I was saying, looking at the food stores, I think the next thing we're going to do is we're gonna want to put in another mushroom farm. This one we're going to make 24 by 45. Don't ask me why I'm doing in multiples of 8. It's just happening that way. Don't know what to tell you. All right. While we wait for the Blobdine pasture to be built, let's start laying out another warehouse. And we're gonna do this in planning mode. Now, we have a bunch of wood. If you look over here, we have 2.3 thousand wood, plus all of this that's laying on the ground. So we're gonna do things with wood. And what we're going to do is we're gonna put the new warehouse over here near our furniture place so that we can do just wood and furniture in it. And we're also gonna put a charcoaler probably over here for our cloth. Actually, let's do the cloth warehouse first. So go. And let's go ahead and have them build all of that. All right, so our warehouse is finished. What we need to do now is we actually need to allocate some employees there, and we also want to increase the number of workers in our other warehouses by a little bit as well. All right, so the reason that I built this particular warehouse was for our weavers, our cloth, and our clothes, and our cotton, because I'm gonna put another cotton field right over here so that we can try and centralize our clothes making operations. So that means that we need cotton, clothes, cloth, and pelts. And then we want to just evenly distribute all of the available crates. All right, so there we go. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to start building our clothes workshop. Now, while they're working on building that, what we want to do is we want to go through all of these other warehouses and turn off clothes, cotton, cloth, and pelts. That way, all of it gets transferred up here into this warehouse so that it is closer to all of this. Ah, and look at that. Our building is done. So let's put in our tailor's workshop. And we want to make sure we put in, we'll put in 2 workbenches. And then we also want to make sure we put in some auxiliary workbenches, because the auxiliary workbenches are going to help with the efficiency of the building. There we go. No, I don't like that. Let me play around with it, try and get it better. All right, there we go. So I was able to put in 2 really big workbenches and 2 smaller workbenches, and still have enough auxiliary benches for us to get an efficiency of 100%. Now, let's build it. All right, and then the next thing that we need to do is get another cotton farm going. So we will grab that, and we will just make it 38 tall, and why not? We'll just make it that big. All right, and now that we are starting to get in some clothes, what we need to do is we need to go into our reputation, go into our policies, and give people some clothes. And we'll go ahead and give them 2 clothes per person. All right, so next, what we want to do is add some more fields. I wish we could get some more eggs quicker, but these things produce somewhat slowly. They do okay, but not all that great. Mushrooms and grain, that's right. That's what it was. But what we're going to do, just for some variety, is we are going to put in another fruit farm. And again, we're going to do multiples of 8, so 24 by 45. All right. The next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up another warehouse area for carpentry and wood. And we're going to set up a new carpenter. So, let's do some planning. But I also want to kind of keep an eye on our food stores. That's not good. We only have 2 days. All right, so no, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on getting more food. All right, so it looks like we actually do need to try and take care of some more food, because we only have 4 days worth of food right now. Now, the perfect ratio of workers is you want half, if not more than half, I'd say half of your population dedicated to food production. So, at a population of 570 people, we actually want 285 people working on food. And right now we have 181. So we do not have enough food production. And I think part of that is here in our kitchen. So let's up the kitchen employees to the max and see if we can produce meals quicker. All right, so I think we might have gotten our food sorted out, at least for a little bit. So now we want to work on the new furniture and coal production room. And I say and coal because we are going to be using the charcoaler, which will turn wood, which is a renewable resource, into charcoal. Speaking of wood, we need to also lay down some woodcutters once we have all of this built. So let's go back into planning mode, and we are going to plan this out. All right, so not only did I plan it out, but I went ahead and had them build it. And this is what it looks like. So this giant area here is going to be for our storage. Now, it's not going to be just wood products such as coal and wood and furniture. We're also gonna add in some more stone storage because, you know, it doesn't need more stone storage. This small little area here is going to be our coal burning area. And this right here is going to be our new furniture maker. So, and now that we have the doors added in, if I'd remember to put things or take things off of planning mode, now that we have things, doors in, let's put our new furniture maker in, like that. And then we need our charcoaler, like that. And then we need our warehouse. There we go. Now we just need to wait for wood. All right, so we have our warehouse finished. So what we're going to do is, first pause it, allocate for wood, stone, furniture, and coal. All right, so I also added in metal, ore, and cut stone as well, simply because we have so much storage here. But that'll be fine. So what we want to do is we want to go get, and get on all of these. And what that will do is it will go down here to these storage areas over here and just transfer everything over here until it's complete. I also started adding in another grain farm and another mushroom farm because we're almost out of food, which is not good. All right, so I think we've started expanding pretty decently. We're still waiting on the other Globdine pasture to build up, which is fine. We've started getting dedicated storage and expanding furniture production, coal production, and clothing, which we've gotten a nice chunk of clothes available, which that's good. I think next time what we'll try to get to is some graves so that we can start improving our reputation, because we need to take care of our negative that we're getting on our unburied corpses, as well as get, you know, burial respect increased. We might also throw in some bath and latrine usage. And also start working on tools, because tools will help the efficiency of all of this. However, for now, if you found this informative or entertaining, please make sure to leave me that like. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of this really awesome content. Until next time, stay frosty out there.